Now in Nightside, millions of dollars are headed to the city of Spokane to help the homeless. How much it will go towards helping people get out of the shelter system.
The rain returns tomorrow. I'll help you plan around a wet weekend in your First Alert forecast.
And it's been 1 year since Bonner General in Sandpoint announced it would shut down its obstetrics unit. How the lack of obstetricians is impacting Idaho women. You're watching 4 News Now, Nightside. Thanks so much for staying up with us tonight. I'm Derek Dice. It's been 1 year since Bonner General in Sandpoint announced it would shut down its obstetrics unit due to a lack of obstetricians. And we're just now starting to see the effect this is having. Bronte Sorotsky was in Sandpoint today and shares how it's impacted the way people are receiving care.
Well, it's been a tough year for those living in Sandpoint, losing a key part of their community, their obstetricians.
All of our OBGYNs left,
leaving a huge gap in the town's health coverage.
Pretty scary for a while until I figured out where I could get the help I needed.
It wasn't just scary for pregnant women, but as Carly Johansson discovered, scary for all women. A recent health scare sent the mom of 2 searching for an obstetrician, but there were none for at least 45 miles.
Just felt like nobody had the information I needed, and I was just like kind of blown away that I thought, oh, okay, I've already had my kids, like I'm protected from this lack of doctors.
Carly and the rest of her community have had to navigate living in Idaho without obstetrics care for almost a full year. But it's not just an issue in Sandpoint. A new study shows Idaho has lost 22% of its obstetricians from August of 2022 to November of 2023.
I have heard many women in this town say they have lost their primary care physician when their OBGYN left.
One former Sandpoint lawmaker who was in favor of Idaho's strict abortion laws now says they need to be revisited.
We've created a situation where medical professionals are afraid to practice medicine.
Many in Sandpoint and Bonner County are hoping for a change and to see Bonner General's obstetrics unit reopen its doors someday.
You don't realize what you have until it's gone.
Reporting in Sandpoint, Bronte Sorotsky, 4 News Now.
All right, time to turn our attention to the weather. And Chris, we've had a few beautiful days like up here, right? And then we're going to take a little dip, and then we're going to go back up again.
Exactly, yes. Unfortunately, this first dip is happening right as we get into the weekend. If you're an early riser, you'll get some nice weather Saturday morning, but then the rain and the winds pick up as we get into the afternoon, a high of 49. Sunday will be the wetter of the 2 weekend days and might even see a little bit of snow early in the morning. Here's our chance of rain on Saturday. Starts out 0% up until right about noon, and then it shoots up to 70%. Then it will gradually taper off through the evening. Right about dinner time in Spokane will begin drying out. High temperatures tomorrow will be warmest weather of the month so far, 49 in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. That's actually a little above average. 50s in Pullman, Ritzville, as well as Lewiston at 57 degrees. So some sunshine to start. The clouds will be increasing, and then that rain moves in. High temperature of 49 degrees. I'll be back with the second half of your weekend forecast and tell you about that uptick heading into the end of next week. You're going to want to hear about that in just a few minutes, Derek.
All right, talk to you in a bit. Well, the man who escaped from Eastern State Hospital earlier this week has been arrested in Reno, Nevada. According to the Spokane County Sheriff's Office, 28-year-old Jameel Fields' escape was assisted by 26-year-old Janine Ludwig. Investigators believe Fields was a potential danger to the community due to him being found not guilty by reason of insanity in a 2022 drive-by shooting in Whitman County. They now both await extradition back to Spokane County. A 60-year-old man from Airway Heights will spend the next 8 years in jail for child molestation. Ronald Trujillo pleaded guilty to inappropriately touching a child he was babysitting. During their investigation, police say they found 3 other victims. A North Idaho woman who survived capture and torture as a child just lost her home to a fire this week. According to KTVB in Boise, a fire destroyed Shasta Groney's Nampa, Idaho home on Wednesday. She and her 5 children escaped safely, but the family lost everything. According to the fire department, the Red Cross of Idaho and the Nampa Firefighter Charity Fund are working to help Shasta and her family. Shasta was just 8 years old when this man, Joseph Duncan, killed her father, stepmother, and one of her brothers. Duncan kidnapped Shasta and another brother, Dylan, and tortured them for weeks. Duncan eventually killed Dylan, but Shasta was rescued when an employee in a Coeur d'Alene restaurant recognized her. Duncan was on federal death row when he died of brain cancer in 2021. The long-running Glendale Academy closed down for good tonight after being in downtown Spokane for 55 years. The family-owned academy on Riverside Avenue helped to train local beauty stylists. Remaining students have now transferred to a different school, and that property is now up for sale. Spokane Public Schools wants your feedback on its failed bond. The district asked voters in the February election for $200 million to rebuild 2 schools and to update several other schools. The school board is considering putting out another vote, either in the general election this November or 3 years from now in February of 2027. In the meantime, the district wants to hear thoughts on its bond from district employees, parents, and of course, voters.
We want to hear not only from our families and our students and our staff, but it's also, critical that we're listening to those that live in our school district that don't have kids in our school system, or maybe have recently moved here and are retired. Collectively, the community, we belong to them.
Now, the survey has been out for a few days now. Superintendent Adam Swinyard says many of the first responses have had one consistent theme.
What we've seen in the initial survey results is that it validates that assumption that inflation and assessed value on people's tax bill was a significant influence on how they voted.
Results from this survey will be shared with the school board and then discussed at their meeting on March 20th. From there, the board will use their findings to decide their next steps. The survey is open until Wednesday, March 13th. For more information on how you can participate, you can visit our website at kxly.com. Still ahead, a look inside this year's Oscars swag bags, the luxury gift guests will receive, including a $50,000 getaway. And state funds are coming to boost mental health, public safety, homeless shelters, and other projects in Spokane. How it could help the homeless move to smaller shelters next on Nightside.
Pick of the night tonight is from Jeremiah Philippe, and I love this photo up above bowl and pitcher, looking down at the swinging bridge there in the foreground, and Spokane not too far off in the distance. Hard to believe we are so close to such incredible natural beauty just right here in Spokane. There's some beautiful weather in the 7-day forecast. I'll let you know what to expect after the break.
Download the KXLY Plus app on your connected TV.
4 News Now is brought to you by Wendell Motors.
We are here in Israel, a nation at war, the worst attack in 50 years. Israel waging a fierce bombardment of Gaza.
When it matters most, America turns to David Muir and ABC's World News Tonight.
This is going to be a lot of fun.
Kimmel's got late night.
Yeah, I love coming here.
On lock.
Get up, come on, let's dance.
Watch me for an hour and the other 23 are yours.
Jimmy Kimmel Live, weeknights on ABC.
Listen up. You've got 4 days and 4 days only to save like never before during the 4-day super sale at Furniture Row. That's 4 days where the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. No limit. You'll also find huge savings on sofas and sectionals, dining tables and chairs, bedrooms, and much, much more. Plus, get 4 years no-interest financing. But don't wait. The 4-day super sale at Furniture Row ends Monday.
Spokane's hottest music.
Break me so done with you, girl. I've been popping, man, I feel just like a rock star.
Hot 96.9.
Jimmy Kimmel hosts the Oscars, Sunday, March 10th on ABC.
Sponsored locally by the Coeur d'Alene Casino.
Hot tub. Major manufacturers and warehouses clearance of new 2024 inventory.
Today through Sunday.
Kootenai County Fairgrounds, Coeur d'Alene. Over 100 hot tubs on display and everything must go. New 2024 inventory. Hot tubs starting at $29.95.
All inventory 40 to 80% off.
Come see the revolutionary swim spa in action and save up to 60%.
Trade-ins welcome. Free delivery.
We'll even haul away your old hot tub.
Worry-free installation.
18-month interest-free financing. Millions of dollars of inventory must be sold. Kootenai County Fairgrounds, Coeur d'Alene. Free admission.
Free parking.
Call 833-SPA-SALE.
4 News Now is brought to you by Craig Swap & Associates.
Welcome back. New on Nightside. Even if some of the Oscar nominees don't win a trophy during Sunday's award show, they could still be getting a gift. The acting and directing nominees get a swag bag worth about $180,000. Distinctive Assets says the Academy stopped giving gift bags out years ago, but they still wanted to hand something out. This year's bag includes a $50,000 all-inclusive getaway to the Swiss Alps. There are also gifts based on Best Picture nominees like the Barbie pillow and the Oppenheimer chocolates. If the nominee does not win, they can drown their sorrows with the small batch of gin and tequila inside that bag. I'm guessing with like the Swiss Alps thing, though, they're betting on maybe like 2 people are actually gonna take them up on that.
But you're probably right. Because they have their own fancy accommodations here, there, and everywhere. You never know. I don't know. Lifestyles of the rich and famous.
Exactly. Must be nice. All right, we got some changes coming in the weekend forecast.
Yes, we do. Here are 4 things to know about your weather. It's going to be a dry Saturday morning. Again, if you're an early riser, you'll see some sunshine, a really nice start to the day. Then the clouds, the rain, and the breeze come in the afternoon. For Sunday, we may have a period of time in the morning where we see a little bit of snow. Shouldn't see much accumulation, and even if you do have some sticking to the grassy surfaces at your house, it will melt as we get into the afternoon and turn all to rain actually mid-morning. And of course, we spring forward on Sunday early morning. Daylight saving time begins. We've got 2 systems coming in, one for Saturday afternoon, another one for most of the day Sunday, lingering showers Monday, and then there's another one on the way for Tuesday before we have a pretty long spell of dry, warm weather. Saturday, 8 a.m., we're dry with just a few high clouds starting to filter our sunshine. By 1 o'clock, that band of precipitation moves into Spokane, all rain down in the valleys. By 7 p.m., we're starting to dry out over all of eastern Washington, hanging on to a few showers in North Idaho, but then we get a break across the region until Sunday morning. Here's 7 a.m. And you see the greens and blues around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, so may see a little bit of snow mixing in the northern valleys, a better chance that you'll see some snow in the morning. But as we get into mid-morning, early afternoon, that turns all to rain. Here's 6 p.m. Sunday. Still a few showers around the region. Wouldn't rule out a little bit of grapple, maybe even a rumble of thunder. Our chance of precipitation highest on Sunday and again on Tuesday with some showers on Monday, and then it really drops on Wednesday. And we are looking at mostly rain in the valleys, but we're in that just perfect spot where we're going to beef up our snowpack with that moisture. It's going to be snow between about 3,000 and 4,000 feet over the next few days. So that is, if you're skiing late on Sunday afternoon, it might get a little wet, but otherwise it should be mostly snow that you are dealing with up in the mountains, and we continue to need it. Set your clocks forward Sunday early morning, and we have rain on the way, showers and windy on Monday with more rain on the way Tuesday. And then this is the exciting part. We dry out and warm up heading into the 50s Thursday and Friday with partly to mostly sunny skies. And indications are we are going to get even warmer heading into next weekend, and the following week could have our first 60-degree day next weekend, and you'll really get that spring fever going. So keep that in mind if things are getting a little muddy outside this weekend, that there's some nice weather coming.
Back in shorts before we know it, Chris.
Yes.
All right. Well, the city of Spokane is getting $9 million in financial aid from the state for mental health, public safety, homeless shelters, and other projects. It's a huge windfall for a city dealing with a $50 million budget deficit. $4 million will be available to help people who are homeless transition from the Trent Resource and Assistance Center to smaller warming shelters. Julie Garcia with Jules Helping Hands, a homeless advocacy group, says the track shelter is just not cost effective, and moving people to smaller shelters could actually actually save taxpayers money.
Whether that is just to lower the capacity or to close the center altogether, but either of those things will be more beneficial and more cost effective to the taxpayers of Spokane and to the people experiencing homelessness.
$1 million is going towards a rapid response street medicine pilot program to help patients on the streets with their immediate needs. Spokane will accept proposals from local organizations for how they should use that money. Then the city will decide, or the city council, will decide where it'll be spent. Now, the city already announced $330,000 of that money will be spent to update Underhill Park in East Spokane. The money will be used to upgrade the park's sport court. Local and state officials are trying to find creative ways to lower housing costs. According to the Building Industry Association of Washington, 88% of families in the state cannot afford to purchase a median price home. The group saying smaller and cheaper homes need to be built. Now, this legislative session in Olympia, lawmakers have introduced more than 100 housing bills, but very few have made it to the governor's desk. Some of those bills would establish a loan program to assist with the development of low-income housing and to incentivize the development of more condos. To see which bills did not make it out of the legislature, you can look for this story on KXLY.com. Well, some Spokane middle schoolers got the chance to train with the Mariners today. Why the principal says events like these are so important for the kids. Next on Nightside.
Later on Nightline, supermodel Gisele Bundchen opens up about life after divorce and co-parenting with Tom Brady. Plus, the Oscars, Hollywood's biggest night, from Barbenheimer's Atomic Threat to those historic firsts.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
From the beautiful craftsmanship of cabinets to the stylish looks of granite, quartz, and marble countertops, Northwest Granite has the staff and selection to help you transform your home, office, or cabin into the place of your dreams. Northwest Granite.
I'm Mark Peterson, the Extreme Team and Horizon Credit Union, ready to take on our next job. If you know of a project that needs an Extreme Team makeover, go to KXLY.com to nominate it. Our thanks to Horizon Credit Union for sponsoring the 4 News Now Extreme Team.
Washington's presidential primary is on March 12th. Get ready to participate and make sure you have reliable information you can trust. Visit sos.wa.gov/elections to learn more about voting in the presidential primary and how your state and local election workers keep our elections secure. The vote starts with you.
Sponsored by the Office of the Secretary of State and aired in cooperation with the Washington State Association of Broadcasters and this station.
R&R RV Center is your Van World Superstore. Solus, Travato, Echo, Revel, and more. Choose from front-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, or 4x4. And bring your trade. R&R RV wants your boat, your Harley, your old RV. Van World at R&R RV Center in Liberty Lake and North Spokane. Or shop now at rnrrv.com. Eastern Washington's largest RV dealer.
From R&R RV, your RV superstore.
What's the score again?
It's hippopotama to huh. So one more letter and Anton rides shotgun.
Let's be real. Do we even know how to spell hippopotamus?
Hold on.
H-I-P-P-O. Yeah, thanks, Professor. Hey, chill out, man. I'm getting a ruling here.
Play daily to win a brand new Mercedes-Benz, only at Northern Quest.
4 News Now is brought to you by Ironstone Furniture and Fire.
A consumer alert now for a potentially dangerous baby swing. The Consumer Product Safety Commission says Jewel Baby's Nova Baby infant swings could pose a suffocation risk with an incline angle that violates regulation. They also failed to meet mandatory warning requirements for sleep swings. If you have one, you should stop using it for sleep immediately and contact Jewel Baby for a free repair kit. No injuries have been reported. When you're shopping online, you've seen the buy now, pay later option, which splits up your purchase over time. Now, the next time you check your credit report, you might see a new open account if you've ever used Apple's buy now, pay later service. This month, the company is providing Experian with that loan information. Whether that's good or bad depends on your payment history.
So if you have a track record of paying on time using Apple Pay Later, that information is going to show up in your Experian credit report, and it could contribute to a positive result in your overall credit score.
And the bottom line is, if you're using buy now, pay later programs properly and make all of your payments on time, you should not see any fees or consequences. Around the nation.
How dare you? How dare you? You were paid by them.
That was one parent reacting to the new independent report that found officers in Uvalde, Texas, did not violate policy when 19 students and 2 teachers were killed during a school shooting. At the heart of the investigation was the 77 minutes officers waited before confronting the shooter. Instead, the report said the chaos outside the school as families tried to gather to get their children contributed to the failures that day.
The ones that we're trying to get set up with the command posts were having issues with the crowd control because they had to make sure that nobody else in the crowd was injured.
2 of the Uvalde City Council members did not agree with the report, calling it embarrassing and insulting. The victims' families obviously infuriated by the report.
My son survived the 77 minutes fighting for his life, fought for another hour and a half. He was trying to come home to be with his dad and his family, but he didn't make it. Help us get change.
Families who met with several city officials tell us this report will be discussed at Tuesday's regular city council meeting and that some members could still face disciplinary actions. Well, Gonzaga and WSU women's hoops are both fighting for NCAA tournament position. The chances the Zags and Cougs could make a deep run in March. Next in sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Perfection Tire.
Y'all gonna love this. Attention, Abbott Elementary.
She said she's dropping by with a special surprise.
We're historic.
Like the rocky stairs.
No, it's a fictional character. How about we throw you down those stairs and you can see how fictional they feel. I'm so happy you're happy. But, no but, I can feel a but. Damn, you freaky.
A special new Abbott Elementary after the Oscars Sunday on ABC.
This is Ford Truck Month with amazing offers across an amazing lineup of Ford trucks. Get to Ford Truck Month. Lock in a 6-year rate. Get 1.9% for 72 on a 2023 F-150 only at your local Ford dealer.
Watch me. Watch me skate out to conquer the ice. A band of sisters on blades for the stars and stripes. Sitting down for the battle doesn't limit my game. Fueled by the hope of Olympic flames. Stick work and speed to put shots on goal. Born from medical breakthroughs helping me stay in control. Watch me. World-renowned care for pediatric prosthetics at Shriners Children's. The most amazing care anywhere.
At Fisher Investments, we may look like other money managers, but we're different.
How so?
We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in our clients' best interest, so we don't sell any commission-based products.
Then how do you make money?
We have a simple management fee, structured so we do better when our clients do better.
The clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority by getting to know their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more.
Wow. Maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different.
This is Ford Truck Month with amazing offers across an amazing lineup of Ford trucks. Get to Ford Truck Month. Lock in a 6-year rate. Get 1.9% for 72 on a 2023 F-150 only at your local Ford dealer.
Well, this is really cool. The Mariners training staff took over Yasuhara Middle School in East Central Spokane today and taught some kids how to play some ball. This is part of the Mariners initiative to bring baseball and softball to areas that don't have the greatest accessibility to the sports. Kids with Yasuhara's Newcomers Center, which is a program for students who are new to the country, also had the opportunity to participate. And by the looks and sounds of it, they had a blast. Every student was able to take some swings, run the bases, and make a catch. Yasuhara's principal said this was a great activity for the kids.
We want our kids to be involved in athletics and after-school activities, and so just engaging in some of that interest, like, hey, maybe I can do this. Maybe this is something that interests me that maybe they wouldn't have that exposure in another situation.
And the star of the show for the Yasuhara students, as you might have guessed, was indeed the Mariner Moose. Well, the new era of pro sports in Spokane begins tomorrow. The Spokane Velocity USL soccer team kicks off its inaugural season on the road at Greenville Triumph FC. The match is set for 4 o'clock tomorrow. The team is also holding a watch party at Brick West Brewing in Spokane. The club's first home match will be on March 16th at 2 o'clock at One Spokane Stadium against the Richmond Kickers. Well, the regular season is over in college basketball. Now Gonzaga and Washington State will look to improve their NCAA tournament seeding by winning a conference championship. Our sports team, Julian Minensone and Alex Crescenti, join us in studio to tell us where each team stands heading into the postseason.
Well, the Washington State Cougars finished the regular season winning 10 of their last 12 games, but it's the way they closed it out that may have some fans concerned.
Yeah, last night's performance against Washington wasn't exactly an outlier. It's actually more of a common theme when we look at the last few games. And looking back at the film and then looking at the stat sheet, there's just no really positive spin on this game. The team shot under 40% from the field. They went 4 of 24 from three-point range, and they were 8 of 17 from the charity stripe. But it's not like the team didn't have their chances as the Cougs came up with 17 offensive rebounds. The shots just weren't going down, though. But this performance looks a lot like the others that we've seen the last few weeks. Over the last 5 games, Washington State is shooting only 42% from field and 30% from three-point range. And if they want to turn it around soon, it could come down to the star player they've relied on time and time again, freshman Miles Rice. He's been downright dreadful over that time span. 0 of 12 from 3 and 15 turnovers. That's just not going to cut it.
We've been pulling a couple out of the fire. SC down 10 second half, down 10 Stanford, and came back and got it. UCLA down 12 to start the game. So sometimes that's hard. We've been playing well, had a good season. We're hoping for great, and hopefully we can grow from this.
Now, Washington State's going to have to turn things around if they want to make a deep run in the Pac-12 tournament and maybe play in Spokane for the first 2 rounds of the NCAA tournament. But Julian, Gonzaga, the other team in Eastern Washington, they're trending in the right direction.
Yeah, it's crazy to think that a month ago we were talking about the Bulldogs potentially not making the NCAA tournament. When did that happen last? But ever since that win over Kentucky last month, Gonzaga has looked like a completely different team. They've won 8 straight games and 13 of the last 14. A huge reason for that is the play of the big fella, Graham Ike. Now, he didn't win WCC Player of the Year, but he's certainly playing like the WCC Player of the Year. He's averaging 23 points over the last 7 games. Ike's 7 consecutive 20-point performances is the longest streak by a Zag since Adam Morrison in 2005-2006. Alex, I'd say he was pretty good. And Ike's teammates are doing everything they can right now to make sure he continues this upward trend.
It's great seeing Graham go off. That's what I think really helped propel us to this next level. Just being consistent with the work, and that's what these guys do. They love being in the gym. They're always in here. And so they know they're going to bounce back next game, and we try and give them as much confidence as possible if they do have a down game to bounce back, and they know that we have their backs.
And we still have a few teams on the women's side that are vying for tournament spots. We know one is in, but the other number one might not be, Alex.
Yeah, that's right. The Washington State Cougars will have to spend more than a week hoping that they can sneak into the big dance. They certainly didn't do themselves any favors, getting blown out in the first round of the Pac-12 tournament by Cal yesterday. The Cougs now sit at 18-14 on the season. They're projected as one of the first 4 teams out. However, the net ranking much more favorable for them. They are ranked 28th in that.
Yeah, as for Gonzaga, they're safely in the tournament. ESPN has the Bulldogs as a 4 seed, hosting the first 2 rounds in Spokane. And winning the WCC title could be the difference between playing at home or on the road later this month. The Bulldogs have taken care of business so far, winning 23 straight games and sweeping the WCC regular season for the first time in more than a decade. GU will play in the WCC semifinals at noon on Monday. And we could also have both Eastern Washington men's and women's in the big dance. Both of those teams would have to win their respective conference tournaments if they want to punch their ticket. Selection Sunday is on March 17th. We're going to find out where all our teams are headed for the tourney. That'll wrap us up for sports.
This is the first sit-down that people have seen.
Christina Applegate with Jamie Lynn Sigler.
My symptoms have started the early part of 2021.
Powerful, inspiring, starting tomorrow on
Good Morning America.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Law Tigers present the 19th Annual Spokane Motorcycle Show, March 8th through 10th at the Spokane Fairgrounds. Seattle Classic Stunt Show, Swap Meet, Budweiser Biker Bar, Law Tigers Great Gas giveaways, and more. The Spokane Motorcycle Show, March 8th through 10th at the Spokane Fairgrounds.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
Roundup's like an accidental savings account. I get paid every time I buy something. It's like a bonus for me.
Jimmy Kimmel hosts the Oscars, Sunday, March 10th on ABC.
Sponsored locally by the Coeur d'Alene Casino.
If your employer doesn't supply health care coverage and you don't qualify for Medicare or Medicaid, you need to give us a call right now. Private health care is private health insurance for ages 65 and under with no deductible. To get the coverage you need, call the number on the screen now.
It's the big kickoff event this month at Northwest Fence, where every year we launch the fencing season with great bargains on fence and automated gate packages. So give us a call to schedule your new chain link, vinyl, or ornamental iron fence. Or maybe you're a do-it-yourselfer looking for materials. Save a little the cost by shopping early and beating the summer rush during the spring launch at Northwest Fence. Nobody builds them better.
Law Tigers present the 19th Annual Spokane Motorcycle Show, March 8th through 10th at the Spokane Fairgrounds. Seattle Classic Stunt Show, Swap Meet, Budweiser Biker Bar, Law Tigers Great Gas giveaways, and more. The Spokane Motorcycle Show, March 8th through 10th at the Spokane Fairgrounds.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
It might be worth getting up early tomorrow to enjoy the last little bit of sunshine, especially if you have a dog to walk or a Bloomsday training run to get in this weekend. Otherwise, you'll be jogging in the rain, especially on Sunday. More wet weather to start the work week, but then I think everybody really could get behind the weather that's coming in the middle of next week. I've heard a lot of requests for spring and sunshine, and I'm doing my best.
No, it's looking good so far there, that Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. All right, new on Nightside. If you need a little more sunshine in your life, you could head to the Golden Dog Farm in Jeffersonville, Vermont. It's gone viral on TikTok and attracted visitors from all over the world. Will Reeve reports.
This isn't a dream or a mirage or heaven, but it feels like it.
Oh, thank you for the slobber.
This is Golden Dog Farm in Jeffersonville, Vermont. Spread over 200+ acres in the Green Mountains. And these are the main attraction, the Golden Retriever experience.
I mean, this is the best thing of all time.
This cornucopia of joy has gone viral on TikTok.
I obviously had to go.
Inspiring tourists nationwide to make the pilgrimage to Doug and Becca Werpel's home.
We call it happy hour because a happy is a collective noun for a group of golden retrievers. So we have a happy of Goldens come, and it's basically an hour-long play date.
People are coming from all over the country. They're taking a break from life and enjoying a moment, and it's awesome.
If this is how the experience starts, I don't know how it gets better.
The Butternut Goldens arrive in style, greeted by visitors who pay $75 for an hour and a half with the dogs.
You guys ready for me to release the hounds?
Once the tailgate opens, it's playtime.
Drop it.
Tennis ball provided.
It's amazing. It's like sunshine.
In a rough world, Golden Dog Farm bringing some happiness.
The world's a heavy place, and you come here and you spend time with all these dogs, and it just changes everything. Call it the best day ever.
All right, if Chris and I don't show up for work on Monday, we're in Vermont playing with golden retrievers. That looks so cute.
Oh, yeah, what a great idea. We need more of that. So let's get one here.
Have one of those right here in Spokane. All right, thank you so much for being with us here on Nightside. We hope you all have a great and safe weekend. We'll see you on Monday.